create some kind of artificial gravity on your ship. I wanted the book to feel as realistic as possible, and the only viable option, as far as I know, for creating an artificial gravitational field is to rotate the spacecraft. Okay, let's envision a rotating spacecraft. For the sake of simplicity, imagine it is shaped like a bicycle wheel, and the inner surface of the bicycle tire is the habitable region of the craft. Now imagine that the wheel is rotating on its axis. Because of the rotation, there exists what's called a centrifugal force. I should mention that the centrifugal force is not a true force, it is a fictitious force, which is a result of an accelerated reference frame. In this case, the acceleration comes from the spinning spacecraft, or spinning bicycle wheel in our example. So why not rotate the spacecraft in my novel to create artificial gravity? Spinning the craft is fine except for two issues. One is that the centrifugal force depends on the distance from the center of rotation. Because of the dependence on distance, for a person or mouse standing on the floor of the spinning craft, in our example, this would be the inner surface of the bicycle tire, the gravitational force would decrease with distance from the floor. So the person or mouse would feel more gravity at her feet than at her head. This can be mitigated somewhat by making the radius of the rotating craft really large and the rotational velocity small. But the other issue that my characters would have to deal with is the Coriolis effect. To get an idea of what the Coriolis effect is, imagine that you and a friend are sitting on the edge of a merry-go-round opposite each other, and your friend tosses you a ball. If the merry-go-round is stationary and she throws the ball straight towards you, you should be able to catch the ball easily. But if the merry-go-round is rotating and she throws the ball directly in front of her, by the time the ball reaches the opposite side of the merry-go-round, you will have rotated away from its trajectory, and the chances are you won't be able to catch the ball. The merry-go-round is a good analogy of the Coriolis effect, which is what my characters would face in a rotating spacecraft. Your friend could, of course, adjust her aim, and with practice, she could learn to throw the ball directly to you even when the merry-go-round was rotating. So the issues are not insurmountable, but I felt like rotating the spacecraft would introduce more complications than simply allowing my characters to navigate in micro-G.